Johnny Hoozles. I'm going to be racing in Vetsy, which is the oldest guys, the slowest guys, the amateur things, and the goal is just to finish and see if I actually like doing it. Let me grab my book. You know it's official when you got a book. Alright. Well planned. Alright. On race day, I'm departing from work with the camping gear. I'm going to meet my family out there because we're sleeping out the night before. Race is in the morning. It's kind of far away, so that's why we're camping. On the 2nd, which is today, it was single track and body position. I did that. On the 4th, well, I got hill climbs and descents. Obviously did some of that this time, but I'm going to do more targeted of that. I'm going to be riding in a different area where I can just do punchy ups and downs. Up tends not to be too much a problem. I'm still getting comfortable doing hill climbs riding in the standing position, but descents I've just never really been comfortable with. I still keep locking up my rear on the way down instead of really feathering it. I've done the engine braking thing, and I like that because then I only have to think about the front brake, but you know, probably should learn how to use my rear brake. Okay, on the 9th, there's a specific feature of this race where you have to ride off a loading dock. I've never done anything like that. I'm pretty scared. So I'm going to spend all the 9th learning how to do that. On the 11th, I'm doing an endurance/flow run. So I'm just going to be out on some flowy trails and just work on riding quickly and smoothly. That's what I'm doing all that day. And then on the 16th, I'll be back here. And then I'm going to be doing a mock race loop. So roughly 9 miles. I'm going to do it at least 2 times, hopefully 3, and time myself for the whole thing. Then on the 18th, I'm going to do a skill tune-up / recovery ride. So I'm actually going to like sit there, push myself as hard as I can, and then try to keep riding while I bring myself back down into a controllable pace. I'm also going to work on just some of the skills that we've already gone over. So the dock, the drops, flow, body position, just like kind of a revisit the previous things. Then I'm off on the 23rd to do a rehearsal, but primarily keeping it easy. So that's kind of the plan there. And then the 25th, this will be the Thursday before the race, I'm going to take the day off. Just might as well not put anything else on the bike or myself. One more day at that point, it's not really going to help me. And then the bike gets loaded up, and then we head down there for the race on the 27th. For maintenance items I'm going to do along the way, on the 8th, I got an oil change, filter change, and then I'll be doing the air filter there too. On the 22nd, I'm going to just do an oil change, no filter change that time. Obviously still do the air filter. On the 25th, I will do the air filter one more time, and that'll be good to go. The skills I'm trying to target over this whole thing is getting better at riding single track, learning how to climb, learning how to descend, the endurance, and drops. There's one other very specific thing I have no idea how I'm going to handle, and that's riding with other people. I really ride solo most of the time, and I don't want to say I've got bad hearing. That's not true. I'm just a very distracted person. So organizers putting on this event, it's stump jumpers. They're really famous for doing the Desert 100, which I've always wanted to do, so I'm planning on doing that anyways. So a good opportunity to see how they run their events. Yeah, but I'm just pretty excited. I'm super excited. I keep telling everyone this way, like I'm like, oh, I can't back out, so I'm peer pressuring my way into it. The stretch goal is finish and hitting that drop. I really want to learn how to do it, and away we go. If I end up having a good time, I'm going to spend the winter really prepping this guy up, and I'm going to try and compete in the whole series the following year. And these are hair scrambles, so I'll maybe make a little video on the types of different races that we find out in the PNW. I'm going to be doing all of it on my 2016 FE350. And I'm going to, I have a spare bike I can use if required. My wife's already offered up, and that's her KLX. Funny enough, I actually really like riding that bike. I feel really comfortable on it. I probably need to do some ergonomic adjustments on this bike now that I'm learning to ride standing up and more properly. I feel like the bars are just a little too close in, so I'm going to push them out in their triple clamp and as well as roll them a little forward. I'm 6'1", so a little bit above your average height, and the guy I got this bike from, he was a little bit shorter, so I think that just makes the problem there. Yeah, but like I said, if I end up having fun, gonna really put in some effort to race the whole series, And who knows, maybe next year's goal is to just finish, but keep racing, and then the year after that is to get a podium. So, any hoozles, thanks for coming on along. I don't know where I'm going to put this in the video, but I'm really excited to keep going and doing this. So, sadly, all the riding I have to do is going to be after work. I am going to be tired, and that stinks, but hey, we're all adults. That was stupid. Oh well. Okay, drink of water. And then, keep on keeping on. We're in full just go with the flow mode. I'm gonna give it another 20 minutes, and then we're gonna start heading towards back home. Oh, well. Okay, we're gonna do something else here too. We're gonna remove the helmet real quick. Stupid as hell. A little better. So, I don't know, it was like an hour and 40 minutes of riding with some breaks. All the standard crap. I was supposed to work on different skills today than when I did, but instead we went on endurance and flow. I still probably need to work on my brakes some, but my average speed did increase, so, and for longer riding. And, you know, maybe it was just because my, maybe it's just I'm feeling better than I did a few days ago, but I also didn't have all the issue with, heart rate. Like, it was still pretty high. I don't remember what the average was. I'll put it up, but at least my max was down like 12 ppm. I felt like we trucked it through a lot of stuff. I mean, we did the log thing. It was bad, and I have to actually learn how to do it. It's one thing I want to work on, but it's not going to be a factor for this race, so I don't care too much. Yeah, so either way, next week now, so bike is going to be getting an oil and filter change over the weekend, and getting in the air filter all taken care of. And then next week is skills building. So we're going to be working on that, the drops and hill climbs. So that's all next week. This week was just trail running, getting used to bike. What I'm noticing about myself right now is the first few minutes I'm on the bike, we'll say 10 to 20 minutes, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't want to say scared, but, you know, I just don't feel comfortable. Like, my body position isn't right. There's just a whole bunch that I'm not doing too well. And it takes about 10, 15, 20 minutes for me to start to settle in. By the end of the ride there, I feel like it could probably go for like another 40 minutes. Without any major issue, and I'm more in tune with the bike. Everything seems to be working better, mentally, that is. Like, my body position's resetting into a better position, all the other stuff. Any hoozles, not that that's a bad thing or a good thing, it's just something I'm noticing about myself. So when it comes to like race strategies, I'm not going to get out the packwood ahead of this race, so I have no idea what the terrain's going to look like, and you're always going to be fast on your second lap, so why waste energy on your first one? And especially if I know I take 10, 15, 20 minutes to warm up, I will probably end up doing the first lap really geriatric, and that's okay, right? Like, my goal is finish, not place. So work on staying out of the way of everyone and just getting it done. Hopefully, though, that means by the time I get to the second lap, I'm going to be way more into it. Deuces. Oh, hold on. I guess final thing. How do I feel after 2 days of, like, riding with an intent? Honestly, I feel really good. I don't know if I would say I improved, but I would say that I'm excited to keep doing this. I'm proof of concept super happy that I'm able to make riding after work. However, I do live in the Pacific Northwest, and it gets really dark really early here. In the place I ride, you have to pack up and out at dusk, which means even though I've conceptually proved it works some of the time, it's not going to work a lot of the time. And truthfully, I really like riding in the winter anyways. I don't like the heat. I like riding in like 50s and rain and all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. It's just TMI. Just, who knows? I'm excited. Too long, didn't listen to any of it. I'll throw this at the front. 1 week of riding with intention. I had a great time.